Into Elite TV News 7 a.m. My name is Ali Shaban, and here are the news headlines. Maseno University student delegates go to the polls today as candidates vie for SOMU leadership. Lectures remain interrupted as lecturers enter the second phase of the nationwide strike after their grievances fails to be addressed. Right, let's get into it. Maseno University student delegates who were voted in by the students for their representation have today turned up in large numbers at Sriba campus to exercise their democratic rights by voting in their student organization of Maseno University, also known as SOMU candidates. The elections draws a record number of candidates vying for various positions, including the SOMU chair, CS Finance, CS Sports, without forgetting CS Gender, and lastly, the campus rep. My reporter Simangi Jackson have got more on that.
Maseno University students concluded their annual student organization elections today, ushering in a new team of leaders to represent the students' body. The elections held over 2 days saw a high turnout of student delegates who cast their votes for coveted positions of the student organization of Maseno University SOMU chairperson, Secretary General, Cabinet Secretaries of Finance, Sports and Gender. The election process began on 28th of October, with students voting for their respective delegates. These delegates, representing various academic departments and students' groups, then convert today to cast their votes for the final candidates. The atmosphere on the campus was vibrant, with candidates and their supporters actively campaigning and engaging with the students' population. Benjamin Anditi emerged victorious in the highly contested race for SOMU chair, securing a significant majority of delegates' votes. Joining Anditi in the new leadership team are Paul Samuel as Secretary General, Teresa Nyango as Cabinet Secretary of Finance, and Wilkins Juma as Cabinet Secretary of Sports. The election process was overseen by the university's Electoral Commission, which ensured a free, fair and transparent election. The new students' leaders are expected to officially assume their duties come next week and will serve a one-year term in office.
Maseno have decided. Delegates have turned out in numbers to choose their preferred candidates, whom they believe will deliver as per their manifesto. Reporting for Elite Media, my name is Simangi Jackson, Maseno.
On the other hand, lecturers have resumed their strike, interrupting learning sessions in the universities across the country. According to the university's Academic Staff Union Secretary General Constantine Wesonga, the strike resumed after failed attempts to reach an agreement with the government, who fails to address their grievances and an agreement with the government. This marks the strike's second phase after the first was suspended on 26th of September. My reporter Beryl Oginga have got more news on the same.
For the past 2 weeks, there has been an ongoing lecturer strike nationwide. This strike, fueled by grievances over unpaid proposed salaries by the government, has left lecturers wandering around, classrooms empty, and students frustrated about the semester ahead.
I'm the chairman, Kenya University Staffs Union Maseno branch. We have called you people here today as a culmination of the strike that began last week on Wednesday. One, we want to congratulate you for coming out in your numbers, in large numbers, to demonstrate against the government of Kenya and also to send a message to the president.
Lecturers in Maseno University have taken to the street of the university, chanting and playing music in solidarity. Any lecturers attempting to hold classes have been seen facing a strong backlash from their colleagues who are determined to support the strike.
Workers, provoking, confronting us. Last week he confronted us when we had just launched our strike. And he was quick to say that KUSU members are uneducated, are useless people, are poor people. We want to let him know that he is the reason to why we are not educated.
The atmosphere on Maseno campus is charged as lecturers run through the university armed with whistles, declaring their commitment to the cause, hoping for a resolution that addresses their concerns and needs for a better learning and allowing students to resume their studies. I'm your reporter, Beryl Akotoginga. This is Elite TV.
That's all for today in news, and coming up is the review of trending issues in the society. Have a good day. My name is Ali Shaban, and today on Review Roundup we are going to discuss the impact of lecturers' strike in the public universities and how it has paralyzed learning. Also today we are going to focus specifically in Maseno University, and with me here I've got a student in which I want her to just give us the insights and the challenges the strike has brought onto them. So let me introduce her.
Okay, thank you, Shaban. I'm Margaret, a student from Maseno University. Currently, the strike, our lecturer strike, has affected our learning, and so we, as Maseno University students, and I think we, with other students out there from public universities, have undergone many challenges. And with learning being disrupted, we were forced, like for us, we were forced to stay in school and not to go home. But our parents said to just continue giving us the upkeep money, and we were supposed to continue paying our rent, even though learning was not there. And according to us, we think that we should pay our rent when we are learning, not just when we are seated. But since we were given the directive that we should not go back home, so we were forced to be here, and our parents were supposed to be sending the upkeep money. And coming to think of renting, so we were supposed to pay the rent, and the students who went home, and lucky for them, because at the end of the day, what were they doing in school? But for those who were to stay back in school and do their projects, they had nothing else to do. They were to pay the rent, and even though our parents lamented, they said everything, we were just supposed to stay in school. And when the strike ended, even though learning resumed, but it was only for 2 weeks. Like in Maseno University, it was only for 2 weeks. That's an extension of a semester. So like it's abnormal for a semester to end in March, in May, not March, in May. So like as students, we just want to urge the government to just pay the lecturers, because there's a rumor that they'll be going back on strike on 15th January this month.
Oh yeah, sure.
And it's heartbreaking to us, because we want to study and get out of school. But now this rumor that I don't know, they are going back to strike, is giving us students and maybe our parents some stress, because the more they strike, the more expenses go, the more expenses are raised, and the more the semester is extended, the more they have to look for more money to sustain us in school. So just let the government pay and pay them, because they want to strike due to lack of increment, and the argument that they had that the salary will be increased, and so that they should go back to class and teach. So now that they have not increased their salary, they are planning to go back on strike. Like, it doesn't add up. So let the government pay our lecturers, and let us go back to class, and let learning go on as usual. We'll just be happy to hear that the 15th strike won't be there, because the government has paid our lecturers.
Exactly. Okay, I'm pretty sure that the strike has greatly affected the syllabus coverage in the school, and ensuring that you are well versed and prepared maybe for the coming exams. Can you tell us how the lecturers has tried to cope up with syllabus coverage?
Okay, when we opened for last semester, we had there are some lecturers who had just taught for like 3 weeks, And there are those who had not even come to class to teach. Learning did not go on. Even those who sneaked in, they had to stop. Yeah, because the others thought that they were fighting for their rights. So why should others teach? And yet they're fighting for their rights. So we were not taught. And so when the strike resumed, we had just 2 weeks. And in 2 weeks, so that amounts to 5 weeks. And in 5 weeks, we can't say that we covered the whole syllabus, and we have to do the exams. And so I think it's up to the lecturers to fit in with us while setting the exams, so that we can also be able to answer the questions and not fail. Yeah.
Exactly. The government should come in between and do something about that, so that learning in public universities remains uninterrupted.
Yeah.
That's all for today's review roundup, and have a good day.
And this is Elite Media. Today we're here at Masaba Hospital, and here with me is a very resourceful person who is going to be taking us through the journey of this amazing facility. Since it was established up to date, we are going to be exploring the heart behind this amazing facility. Thank you for taking your time to speak with us today. I'd like to give you this opportunity to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your position here at Masaba Hospital.
Thank you so much for having me here today. My name is Beatrice Orao. I am Head of Administration and Human Resource at the facility. Basically, my work is to ensure that systems are working, structures are in place, and we have the right people to do the work within the facility.
Okay, thank you for that amazing introduction. And can you please tell us the main reason that led to the establishment of this facility? What was the founding motive?
The founders of the facility, that is Dr. Geoffrey Momanyi, and who are the late, and the wife, Mrs. Felgona Momanyi, were inspired to actually have this hospital here on two grounds. One was medical, and then the other was because they had a passion for quality care, and they would wish to have everyone be able to access quality care, and that quality care was not only designated for a few in certain positions. So actually Masaba was meant to serve the community from the word go.
At the hospital inception, what should you say has been the most significant benefit to the community?
I think Masaba has improved access to quality care. Our being here has given the community a taste of what quality care would look like on a low cost, because in our heads as a society, we only believe that quality care can only be accessed if you pay more. But actually, you can access quality care even on a low cost. And we've been able to prove that that's doable.
Have there been any particular success stories or cases where the hospital made a substantial impact in somebody's life?
Let me talk about the under fives. It is a policy in Masaba that an under 5 child who comes in for emergency treatment is treated without any pay. So that child is taken care of, admitted, and discharged without any payment. As long as it's an emergency, we treat it as such. As long as the child is under 5 years, we do not send that child away. We stabilize, and then if the child needs further treatment, we ensure that they reach JTRH.
What are some of the common challenges faced in the day-to-day running of this facility, and how do you go about them?
I think one of them is patient expectation. At times it overrides what we can offer. Yeah. So the moment you are out now, you can no longer work within your scope and you want to transfer them, it brings a lot of problems. They do not want to leave Masaba to be referred to another hospital. Best of the best. We ensure quality is maintained in all those units that we are opening up to the people.
Hey, I think that will wrap up our interview for today. Once again, thank you so much for being with us and giving us very insightful answers. We really appreciate it.
I'm gonna miss my little girl. I have to make plans to be in her life.
He said I would be his one and only. Why did I believe that? I'm not ready for this. Now I'm left alone holding a baby, not finished high school, and his parents are sending him overseas to college?
Learn the facts about having a healthy sexual relationship. Early pregnancy takes a toll on a teenager's health, education, and quality of life. A message brought to you by the Family Resource Center in honor of Teen Pregnancy Prevention Campaign.
In the heart of bustling college campus, a unique narrative unfolds, one that intertwines the joys and the challenges of motherhood with the pursuit of academic excellence. For many student mothers, the journey is marked by sleepless nights spent studying while juggling the demands of parenting. This feature story delves into the life of this remarkable woman, exploring how she navigates the complexities of raising her children while striving for her educational goal. Through resilience, resourcefulness, and unwavering commitment to both her family and her future, this mother redefines what it means to be a student in today's world.
I'm Sarah, a mother of twin boys, a college student. I got pregnant at the age of 21 years while I was in third year. Currently I'm in fourth year. I'm doing education.
Sarah says that what motivates her to pursue education while still a mother is the joy of waking up every morning, seeing her kids happy, and also the burden to ensure that they have a brighter future ahead.
So what motivated me to pursue my education? Nilitaka maisha yao ikuwe bright. Hence nikiamka asubuhi na niwaone na furahia, na kwa hiyo natia bidii masomoni ili wakuwe na future poa. In my studies, and when I wake up in the morning, see their faces, that makes me to improve, work hard a lot in my studies. What could do in my life, naamka, for example, the yenye niko na class, naamka saa 11, naosha watoto, nawapea uji kutumia bottle feeder, then naosha wanguo, naosha vyombo, nawapikia breakfast pamoja na lunch. Juu sometimes niko na class from 7 to late hours, then najitayarisha, naita mfanyakazi mwenye anabaki nao. Nashukuru wazazi mwisho, my mom, kwa kuendelea kunilipia school fee even though I messed up. Na pia nashukuru mfanyakazi kwa kubaki na watoto wangu. Juu hakuna day yenye nimekuja nikapata kama wako na shida. Njia ya kwanza, kubalance class na parenting. It was a bit difficult due to some unavoidable circumstances. Ya pili, some workers, some helpers are not trustworthy. Ya tatu, kulipa wafanyakazi is a bit challengeable juu sina place. I'm not employed.
Sarah is also outgoing and self-driven and stops at nothing to ensure that her kids get nothing but the best, including safe drinking water regardless of the distance. Anytime she's free, she goes to this river to fetch drinking water for her entire household.
Advice yenye nazapea young mans, abortion is the first option. Then kama wanaweza endelea na masomo, for example kama wako na mwenye anaweza walipia fee, kumsaidia on the way, atie bidii masomoni juu watoto watamhitaji in future circumstances.